Good morning, everybody. Welcome to PhotoJoseph's Photo Moment, the first live daily photo show on YouTube every weekday morning, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. It's always fun to be here live. If you can be here live, there's a bunch of you here live. I love the live gadgets. Jess, Faked Cube, Thomas Engstrom from Shanghai. Man, you go to some cool places, Thomas. Shanghai's awesome. It's a hell of a city. I really like that there. I gotta get back. I've only been there once. Great place, great place. So today we're gonna be talking about the this little guy again. I'm having so much fun with it. Did you see the video that I did? I haven't linked to it. I should link. I'll link to it. I did a little. Maybe I did it now. I did a little. Just flying around last night. I took it out of baby mode. It's no longer in beginner mode, so it flies farther and faster. I still have limited range because I'm only controlling with the iPhone. I don't own the main controller. That does give you quite a bit more range, apparently. We're not there yet. Maybe one day, we'll see. But I need to get more batteries because the one battery is a real bummer, gotta say. Real bummer. Big advice. I've said this before. I'll say it again. If you're going to buy one of these, number one, first, please use my links down below. But more importantly, if you're going to buy it, as tempting as it is to just buy the straight up kit, the original, without the extras, just get this in the one battery, you're so limited on your flight time. Really, I hate, you usually see people, oh, always buy the extra kit and you're spending the extra money and I make more money in affiliate fees and all that. But you really want more than one battery. You do. You do. The remote, the physical remote, I've never flown with one, so I don't know how much better it is. I'm doing just fine just with the software controls on the phone. I think my biggest limitation is range, right? I don't get as much range. So I'm sure that I would appreciate the remote control. I'm sure that would be awesome to have, but I don't feel like I'm missing it because I've never had it before. Whereas the batteries, I'm definitely feeling like I'm missing not having an extra battery because I'll go out and do a little flight, I get 15 minutes, whatever it is, flight time, and I'm done. And I'm basically done because it takes, with the charger that it comes with, it takes a long time. I don't know how long. It takes a long time. I haven't paid attention, but it's way too long. It's not like you can charge it, come back in 20 minutes and go fly again. You gotta wait. I think the bigger charger is supposed to charge it in like 90 minutes, but it charges 3 simultaneously, and I think that is a faster charge. Anyway, something to consider. If you're gonna buy one, I really recommend getting the bigger kit. Okay, so let's take a look at how to fly this thing, how to stream this thing live. So by default, and the reason I'm doing the show on this is because by default, when you go into the YouTube streaming, it just streams to your Live Now page, which is totally different than an event. It still takes you live, but if you want to schedule an event, there's no interface for that, so you have to do it manually, and that is what this show is about. Brent's saying, trust me, once you get a remote, you'll never want to fly without one. Yeah, I totally get that. So we'll start by firing this guy up. Press once and then press again, hold, and it fires up, and it'll go beep beep in a moment here. We'll try to resist the temptation to make it take off in here, although I don't know if I'm going to be able to resist that, because it could, right? It's the worst that could happen. All right, so that is on. Let's get it connected. Let's go into, all right, let's take a look at the screen at the iOS. I'm just waiting for the drone to show up in here so I can connect to that. There she is. There's the Spark. And somewhere on these million pages of apps, I've got my DJI Go app. Let's close that out. All right, there it is. See, look, we are streaming live from the drone. Technically, it's not going to be in sync, but we are streaming live from the drone. It's not in sync because the microphone is completely hooked up to a different thing, right? Right. Okay, so now you go in the top right corner, there's the little 3 dots, and here, I've already loaded it, so let's back out of this. If you first load this up, oddly, it takes you to the general settings page first by default, which is the bottom. If you look at this window, the bottom left is the 3 dots there. That's where I am, which is not that intuitive that it takes you there first. At the top of that's your main controller settings, but where you want to be is that general settings down at the bottom. So you go to there, and then it says select live broadcast platform, and then you got Facebook, Weibo, YouTube, Q Zone, I have no idea what that is, and then custom. If I hit YouTube, right, it just takes me to, it's go live now, and that's it. That's the only option that I have right there. And so that is going to take you to your live now page. So let's take a look at, or stream now page. So let's take a look at the YouTube settings. So if you're in YouTube, you go to your Creator Studio, you go under live stream, there's stream now. That's where this will go. If I hit go live now, it's going to go to this. So this is something that's kind of a setup as a default. You can stream there at any time. You can just go to that at any time. Super easy to set up. You don't have to set it up once it's there. It just goes. And you can set up things like having it, I think you'd have it, make archive unlisted when complete, or you turn that off. And you can set up your basics in here. But the point is, the problem with that is that it's unscheduled, right? This is I go live now, and then you're waiting for people to get notified and decide to commit. If you want to set up a scheduled event, which is what I do for this show every day, this show is always a scheduled event, there's no interface for that. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So first, let's see the scheduling of an event. So let's go back to the Mac. You go down to events, and you can see, that's what's actually live now. Let's look at upcoming events. And so there's all my upcoming scheduled events. Click on new live event, and we're going to call this Inception Stream, Drone to, what do we call this? Inception Stream, Drone Live, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Today, you can schedule a time. I mean, you should, but it doesn't have to be accurate. You can go live before it, but we'll just put in 9:40 a.m. since that's coming up. It doesn't come up as a preset in there, but it still works. It's fine. And then you can type whatever you want. Watch me twice. Okay, there you go. And you can do all your other crap in here if you want to, keywords and so on. We're going to go ahead and make this public. Type is definitely custom. Quick is just using the Google Hangouts on air. Advanced settings, I always go prevent an hour before or a week before, whatever it is. I'm not going to worry about this now. We'll just leave it promote when live. And I always do this too. I stream optimizations low latency. It used to say right here, low latency best for chat, but they took that out. So now it's just low latency. And that's that. And then you create the event. Wait. So it sometimes takes half a minute or so for it to finish creating the event. So we just gotta wait. Fake Cube says, you could use the drone to show as the upper level of the studio where you have your switcher. Yeah, I could totally fly this indoors. Now that I'm it's out of beginner mode, it doesn't need GPS to fly. So it's so cool. Okay, so now back to this. You can change your thumbnail if you want to. Here's the key, basic ingestion. You have to select your bit rate. Now, 1080 or 720. So I think it might be limited to 720. I don't actually know. There's probably something in the manual about this. I set it to 1080 when I did it last time, but it streamed to 720 stream. So that kind of makes sense. So it's obviously lower bandwidth than 1080. But it's important that it's not important what you choose, but it's important that you don't change it after you set it up, because that will change your streaming address. So I'm going to go ahead and just choose 720 now, because I know that 720 works fine. Okay, so I'm going to say it's the 720p stream. And then it's to select your encoder, and depending on where you were last, it'll load up what you were last. If you have Wirecast set as your last one, then it just tells you what to do. But what you need to do is go to other encoders. This is the key, because the data that you need is right here. Stream name and the primary URL. Now, those are the two key things that you got to have. Now, please, for those of you watching live, don't start streaming to this, because you'll take over my stream. You need both of these. But here, let's go back to the iOS screen, and I'm going to back out of this. Cancel, and let's go back into here again, and I'm going to hit custom. So you see this is RTMP custom. Now I need to enter the live broadcast stream, but you'll notice here that the URL, the way the URL is written, it's a longer URL than what we're seeing over here. So there's two parts of a stream URL. There's the primary server URL and then the stream name. Usually in most RTMP, I always get those mixed up. In most RTMP streaming setups, you'll see two fields. You'll see your URL and your stream ID or stream name. They sometimes call different things, but you'll see those two fields. Here you don't. You only see the one field. So you have to combine the two. It's really, all you got to do is put a slash in the second part. So all we're doing is we need this live2 / this stream name. So I'm going to copy that to the clipboard and copy that to the clipboard. And then I'm just going to take this off the screen real quick while I bring up my notes, because I have no idea what's going to show up there. That's fine, we'll just do that. I don't think there's anything here that's notes. What could you see? Okay, so I'm going to go into, and the reason I'm doing this on notes is so that I can get this over to my phone. You could text it to yourself. You could just write it down, obviously, but I'm going to put it in notes because that makes it easier to find. So in the notepad, I'm going to paste in, we'll give it a live, there we go. And I'm going to use my little, what is this, in Clipboard History app that I love. I'm going to paste in the first part of the URL, slash, and the second part of the URL. So that's the whole URL that I need right there. Nice big long URL. That's the thing I need. So that live to / and then your code after it. Okay, so that's the key thing. I wonder if I copy this to the clipboard, it should, we're gonna try this, see if this works. It should actually automatically sync via, what do you call that? Okay, now it's not gonna let me edit this. Let's cancel this. Oh, there, now it was editing it. The whole syncing clipboard thing, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's see. Let's get rid of this, come on. My goodness. This interface, I'm telling you, it needs work. All right, I'm just going to hit paste and see if it came off of the universal clipboard history thing. It's not doing it. Look at that. God. Seriously. This app needs work. Oh, there it comes. Okay, come on. Paste. Nope, that is the wrong URL. Okay, so I was hoping, you know, if you copy on one app on one computer, it should paste over to the other, but apparently that's not working today. So it's okay. It's in my notes. It's in my notes. Syncing notes. Come on, syncing notes. There it is. There's the note. Come on. Look, you can see another video I'm working on. Lightroom, macOS versus iOS. All right. Now let's copy this. There's the URL that we need. Copy. Back over to here. And paste. Yay. Hit next. And that's it. Let's go live now. I hit start. Connecting. And any moment now, we are going to be live. So now let's see, it says I'm live. See, look at that, you see in the top left corner, it says live. It tells me my frame rate and the duration that I've been live for. So now let's go back to the Mac and let's go view on the watch page and let's just see. And there's always, you know, there's a good like 20, 30 seconds of buffering in here. We'll wait for this to come up. Wait for this to come up. We'll just stick that in the corner while we're waiting. And with any luck, we're going to see it show up here. Now, sometimes, as many of you know who watch the show live, you're waiting and nothing's happening, you got to refresh. YouTube, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I'm going to hit refresh and see. Still says it's waiting. Waiting. Trevor says, I'm amazed that after 10 years, Google still can't design a proper UI for its software. I know. I know. They do have their moments, don't they? Why isn't it working? It's been going for a minute. Should be there. Hello. McFly. It's totally worked the other day, man. Let me just go back to the edit page on this thing and let's see. It's not because I've already got a stream going. We know that that's okay because I do that all the time. All the time. I've done that before. Go back to my ingestion settings. Oh. Oh. Oops. My bad. I didn't hit save. And all the chit chat back and forth, I didn't hit save on there. So look, it's not, it doesn't have the thing. So let's see if, oops, not that. Basic ingestion. Basic ingestion. Come on, select a bitrate. Look at that. Yep, I did not save this and none of this is here. All right, so I'm going to have to, let's just go back to the iPhone real quick and stop this stream. Oh, there we go. Just tap the finish live streaming. So I tapped the little live streaming thing in the top left corner, finish live streaming. Okay, let's try this again. Let's go back to the Mac. Sorry, guys, that was a terrible demo. Other encoders. Okay, so that's the second part of the URL. Let's go back to Notepad. So like I said, it changed. So we're going to do that. There we go. Let that sync. Let's go back now here and actually save it this time. Saving's important. Save the changes. Event successfully saved. There we go. FCW 90p0, FCW 90p0. Yep, we got the right URL now this time. Okay, so now let's go back to the live page. It's exciting stuff, isn't it? See, it's easy. You just got to remember to hit save. That's all. Jesus. And let's go back to my notes and wait for that to update. Okay, that has now updated. That's the right one. Select, come on, select the whole thing. Copy that. Back over to here. In the DJI app, we hit on custom. We select all. Excellent. Select all worked that time. Paste. There it is. Next and start. Connecting. 3, 2, 1, 0. It's like the count. All right, and now we should see on the right page and step and stream drone live. It should work. And like I said, now I expect it to have like a good 20, 30 second delay. We'll see if it loads up on its own. We'll refresh if it doesn't. And that would be it. Trevor's asking, have you ever tried using one of the GH cameras as your live cam? Yes, absolutely. I started this show with the GH4 as my live camera. The only reason that I switched over to the Blackmagic was because it's a very complicated issue, but I need to be able to monitor myself in real time, and there is an inherent delay with any camera that has HDMI out. The delay gets built into that, and it's like a 4-frame delay. It'll drive you crazy because you hear yourself on an echo. The Blackmagic camera I'm using now has SDI output, so it's all in sync, and that's why I'm using it. Okay, I'm going to refresh this page. Of course it's not going to work. Why would it work? Why would it actually work? That'd be a terrible thing for it to actually work. It says I'm live. Ryan, why isn't it working? God, I love these shows that don't work. Bloody hell. Let's go back to my live event scheduled. Doesn't even show up on live now. Oh. I'm not this dumb usually. Honestly. Honestly. I'm not this dumb usually. Okay, here's what's going on. I totally forgot that I have this set up so that it doesn't go live automatically. I have to actually tell it to go live. So here's, let me back up. Let me back up. I really should, I'll edit a version of this video. Okay, so here's my upcoming shows. There's the show that we created. I go into the live control room and we see that it is, in fact, streaming to here. Stream status, 720p stream. Give it a moment. It's going to say it's good. Health is good. That's what we want to see. I need to now hit preview. It says, do you want to preview? I say yes. And now we got to wait for this. We're preparing your live stream preview. Please wait a moment. Please wait. Please. Ding, 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 ding. There it goes. Box that I'm sitting in. But that's okay. It's enough for the demo. All right, so now that's set. It's ready. Hopefully it says good, but mine says bad. It's ready to start streaming. Now I can go live. Oh, please start your preview player. All right, we got to do that. Start the preview player.
Now that's set. It's
Here
ready.
we go. Let's mute that. See, there she is. There's the stream. Now, I'll set this down. Let's, should we get to go? Now, there's a public view. We're good to go. We'll hit start streaming. Yes, I'm sure I want to stream this live event, even though the stream quality is bad, so it's going to be terrible. But that's, oh, did it go up? No, it's still bad. That's okay. And here is the actual live show. Let's mute that as well. And now, quality is crap, so it may not. Oop, yep, there it is. And now you've got it. So there is the Inception stream. And it is obviously, let's go full screen on that. This is obviously quite delayed at this point because we have our inherent delay to it and everything else, but there you go. And there it is. So should we make her take off? Why not, right? It's the worst that could happen. All right, we're streaming live to the Inception stream, and we are going to, which screen do you guys want to watch? Let's put you on, we'll do it like that. Got a little high. How do I turn it off? It's a good way to get a haircut. Just getting a little close to lamp. Does this thing have sensors on the top or just in the front? What's the worst that could possibly happen, right? So there you go. There's how you do it live. That's oh, look, and then the switcher app crashed. Excellent. All right, so that's it. That's all there is to it. Now, to kill this stupid thing, let's go back into here. We're going to stop the stream, in the top left corner, hit finish live stream, and it goes away. Trevor says, what's the worst that could happen? A high RPM drone near your face and sensitive equipment, nothing at all. I agree. There's nothing that could possibly go wrong in this situation. Nothing at all. All right, let's turn this thing off. It's making so much noise. So there you go. That's all there is to it. So, all right, look, I clearly was an idiot there. I totally forgot a couple of important things like saving the stream. But create your live event. Save the event. Very important. Grab the two parts of URL. Put them together. So your main stream URL, RTMP stream, / the code. Take that. Drop that into the custom RTMP streaming thing in the drone app. Hit go live. And that's it from this side. Then you do have to go over to your system and to your Mac, or you can do this on a phone as well. You can load You can load that screen that we were on in Chrome on a mobile browser. It totally works. Anyways, you load it up, you hit preview, you see the preview, and then you hit go live. So a few steps in there, but that's how that works. Or forget all that and just hit the go live now, but then you can't go live to a scheduled event. Everybody seems to be enjoying that little adventure there. That was fun. Okay, let's wrap this up. Is there let's see, what do I want to show you? There's a couple things I want to tell you about before we go, and then we're going to jump into, we'll do a separate Q&A thing on the news, Man Wrecks Studio with Drone. We're going to try not to do that. Hey, we are, Ryan, did we actually release the podcast? Is it up yet? Today's podcast has just been released. It is an app called PhotoPills. Really, really cool advanced app for doing all kinds of things. It's the name of it, the idea behind the name is PhotoPills. It's little pills that solve your headaches, solve your photography headaches. Things like calculating, figuring out exactly when the sun is going to rise, set, moon rise, set, and where it's going to be. You can calculate long exposure times. You can calculate, you can find out when the sun is going to be in a specific place. This is, to me, one of the coolest features. So you can take your phone, say you're standing somewhere, and you go, oh, you know, if I could be here and get a picture with the sun setting right behind that building, oh my God, that'd be the coolest shot ever. But the sun's setting over there. So you pull out the app, and you look at the thing and you go, you tap on it, you say sun right there. And it says the sun will be there in 3 months, 4 days. You know, it'll tell you what the date, the time, exactly when it's going to be there. So neat. So neat. So it's all about planning these shots. So PhotoPills is the name of it. We just released it this morning. You can view this here on this channel, of course, or go to photoapps.expert website, and you'll see right now you'll see it right at the top. And if you click the podcast button, it'll be there. Or of course, you can go over to iTunes and you can find it there as well. We're on the iTunes podcast store thing. Video podcast both in 1080p and 720p. Plus we have an audio only version. Obviously being a video podcast, you kind of want to watch the video one, but subscribe to whatever you like. Subscribe to both video and audio. Then you'll have that audio one in the car for those commutes when you can't watch, but you can listen. So do check that out. It was a good episode. It was fun. They're in Menorca, which is a tiny little island off of Mallorca in Spain. And it's like they're running this great business out of there. It's so awesome. A really funny story, too. I'm chatting with the guys from there. Rafael Pons is the name of the kind of founder, CEO. What did he call him? He had a title for himself like the boss or something. Anyway, we're chatting. And I said, you know, I think at the end of the show, we're off the air. And I go, I'm pretty sure my friend Sean Bagshaw told me about this app. As I've seen it, I'm going, this looks really familiar. And he goes, oh, Sean, yeah, we know Sean. We love Sean. He's been working with us for years. Well, Sean's, you know, it's awesome landscape photographer. I've mentioned him here on the show before. He lives a few blocks away from me. And it was just so, you know, small, talk about small world. He lives on this tiny little island on the other side of the world, makes this great app that my neighbor uses. It's just too cool. I love it. El Presidente. Yes, maybe that was the title. Okay, so do check that out. Please do. Also, what did we do? I didn't pull up a graphic for this, but we started the new live training, let me get the right graphic up here, maybe not. Live training for Affinity Photo for iOS. That we kicked off the other day. I did the first look a couple weeks ago. That video has gotten a ton of views, crazy awesome. Now we're into the paid training, which means if you didn't get to see it live, you do got to pony up to see it. But we went into the raw persona in Affinity Photo for iOS and spent an hour or so digging through there. It is impressive, crazy impressive what is in this thing. It's an amazing app. We're doing it all on the iPad Pro. So that video is now available. If you go to photoapps.expert/live, you can see that. You can download that. And we're doing another one next week, Thursday, I think. Hey, speaking of next week, real quick, and then we're going to jump out and come back for commentary. Next week is a holiday, kind of a weird holiday thing here in the US because it's 4th of July is on Tuesday. So most people are taking Monday off. We're making a long weekend out of it, going down to the Bay Area. It's going to be super fun. Which means technically I'm going to be off Monday, obviously Tuesday, and then Wednesday I'm driving back. So I'm not sure when I might go live Monday because we're going to be at a friend's house. I'll have the drone. We'll be on a cliff overlooking the ocean. Maybe I'll do a live from there. I might even go live Tuesday just because it's fun, but I might not. So I'm not promising anything for Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday is pretty much guaranteed I'm not going to go live because we're going to be driving home from the Bay Area then. But, you know, again, I might pull over to the side of the road and do something. Who knows? But I'll have a car full of kids, so probably not. Then Thursday, we're back to our normal schedule. Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. Brent is asking if I'm using the new iPad Pro 10.5. No, I'm using the old iPad Pro 12.9, the original iPad Pro. That's what I've got. Okay, let's wrap this thing up. We'll come back for other Q&A. I'll see you guys in a moment. If you're watching live, stick around. We'll be right back. If you're not watching live and you want to see the general Q&A, click on the link that's going to pop up on your screen any moment now. See you in a minute. Bye-bye.